Balance limited training, as movement is limited by our body's overall control of itself. External resistance in the form of objects, the force it absorbs, which is 3 to 12 times our body weight, transfers and produces from the core while controlling the body's constantly changing center of gravity. We're using real forms of resistance and loading the body in its fundamental skills from all angles. Placing the body in controlled, unstable positions with external resistance requires the body to actively control itself entirely, so that the body's sense of feel and touch can allow the unit to work together as a whole while providing the opportunity to build upon bodily control and awareness, athleticism, and current skills while learning new skilled movements. Loading the entire body in its fundamental skills with external resistance is a safe, effective, self-corrective, and natural way to load the body's movement patterns in naturally occurring positions so that the risk of injury, fatigue, and wear and tear may be minimized. Speed, coordination, timing, rhythm, control, and balance are key focal points and concerns surrounding movement because of the naturally occurring resistance that our body must control, along with a combination of external resistance provided from moving 5-ounce and 32-ounce objects. We have access to an infinite amount of usable progressions by combining movement patterns together into exercises by loading the body laterally and rotationally, making progressions for movement unlimited. By surfing the speed, direction, and level change matrix, we are developing an infinite number of possible progressions that allow us to constantly provide new stimuli. There will always be ways to get better, as we're always requiring the body to adapt to something new and better. Tweak, manipulate, and surf. Our objective is to accomplish more work in less time while creating more room for error for ourselves. It seems that the more difficult we make things on all systems of the body, the more skill we will develop, and the more instinctive and natural our movements will become as we try to involve the body in its entirety. By developing athleticism and skill through the usage of body weight and external resistance applied to the body's fundamental skills, we are developing the coordination, timing, and rhythm needed to use a meshing of strength, core strength, power, stability, flexibility, balance, bodily control and awareness, endurance, and speed and agility to be able to consistently and efficiently repeat movement and recover. Progression is defined as moving forward, onward, improvement, development, and succession. Progression represents nature and instinct as we are constantly looking for a better and quicker way of becoming more successful, and in terms of movement, performing more work in less time and covering greater distances with fewer efforts. Progression signifies the skill development, control, and learning process involved with allowing people to become better skilled movers as we adapt, learn, adjust, grow, and become better by blending our learning experiences together with instinct. We use progression of physical activity to prepare the body for work and as a means to prevent injury through the natural, continual learning development of skill, bodily control, and athleticism. We constantly look to improve consistencies and efficiencies in movement. We use progression to make movement better by making the activities we use to prepare more difficult. As movement's consistency and efficiency is limited to our ability to control our constantly changing center of gravity, progression provides us with the unique ability and opportunity to constantly make movement more difficult by using a combination of movement patterns. With skills, athleticism, learning, and making adjustments being dependent upon our sense of touch and feel, we use progression to change and challenge the positioning of the body's center of gravity by altering the positioning of our body's bases of support, our arms and legs, at higher speeds and with more frequent directional changes so that the body may learn through activity and experimentation more skilled and athletic patterns to use in competition. We constantly prepare, progress, and make movement more difficult so that the body has the ability to become more familiarized with the possible situations it may face and the possible movement patterns it may be required to use ahead of time and during the heat of competition as the body feels confident and has dealt with similar situations successfully. Our sense of touch and feel are the key to developing new skills, building upon current skills, learning bodily control and awareness, and improving recovery time, developing and improving athleticism, and naturally and instinctively enabling a transfer of those skills and athletic developments to the baseball field. Making movement patterns more difficult allows us to use our sense of touch and feel to activate the firing and communication of the entire body and its movement patterns so that skill development, learning, and control can be enhanced. The body's objective in life and competition is to give its best effort for every effort while recovering quicker to repeat the efforts needed in propelling the body and objects in chaotic, unstable, and constantly changing geographical environments. Progression allows us to develop movement, skill, and athleticism by experimenting with the organization of whole body activity and programming. Progression accommodates and facilitates individual and group learning and development all at once as we focus on trusting self-corrective learning, skill developmental processes that activity provides. Whether it's a single athlete or a group of 700 athletes, we're developing a realistically simplistic, never-ending approach to getting better by allowing everyone involved the opportunity to use the program's same layout and format, but having the opportunity through individual desire, dedication, experimentation, and geographical location to use combinations of progressions to make movement harder and to make the experience completely personal. We'll work with a wide range of variables to accommodate group and individual experimentation, learning, development, and growth with movement patterns. Why do we use bodyweight-based movements and activities? We use bodyweight-based movements and activities because it gives us the opportunity to prevent and minimize the accumulation of fatigue, pain, and wear and tear while allowing the body to consistently and efficiently recover quicker to repeat its all-out best efforts for every effort. Movement is limited by the body's ability to control its constantly changing center of gravity. We use bodyweight-based movements as a real and natural form of resistance and loading upon the body's naturally occurring movement patterns from all angles to further enhance its timing, rhythm, and balance systems. Bodyweight-based movements helps the body develop, build upon, and learn skills, new skills, and athleticism through its sense of touch and feel. By placing the body in controlled, unstable positions in which it is required to control itself, we are enabling the body to get better as soon as possible through the communication it establishes as a community working together. The body undergoes a continual process of getting better by building upon and making adjustments to its learning experiences. Bodyweight-based movement allows the body to build on its natural movement patterns as the brain has movements from all time stored in its library and resourcefully compares the current situation to its library of past experiences, whether similar or different, to find the best movement plan and response. Not allowing the body to continually develop upon its skills and athleticism would be like using old maps in a new world. Bodyweight-based movement allows us to keep our maps updated and allows the body to find a better way of doing things. Bodyweight-based movements provides us with infinite established and created progressions and degrees of difficulty to use in order to familiarize the body with itself and its ability to control itself better and move quicker. Bodyweight-based movements allows us to get work done anywhere despite budget, time, space, or environmental and geographical constraints. As the objective of competition is to do more work in less time while covering greater relative distances with fewer efforts quicker, we'll use bodyweight-based movement to enhance the body's timing, rhythm, coordination, adaptability, adjustability, learning, consistency, efficiency, recoverability, repeatability, and control. Control and balance are required as the body uses a combination of movement patterns, moving one leg at a time while meshing a combination of strength, core strength, power, stability, flexibility, balance, bodily control and awareness, speed and agility, endurance, coordination, timing, and rhythm into every movement. Bodyweight-based activity builds the coordination and timing within the body's 700 joints, 206 bones, and 300 muscles to move in sequence at just the right time, to absorb just the right amount of force so that the body can move at just the right speed, in just the right directions, at just the right time. Bodyweight-based activity provides the body as a whole the nutrients it needs to go through the natural learning process together. Being a part of the human species provides us all with a similar foundation of abilities, and capabilities in the form of movement patterns and fundamental skills that essentially are required in order to naturally and instinctively use our talents, gifts, and potential in order to survive, to get work done, to accept the fact that mistakes and imperfections are a part of life and the learning process, as we're continually provided with new opportunities to create, develop, and expand a will and mind that is determined and refuses to be persuaded by negativity. Because of progression, the simplicity of using pure body weight gives us the opportunity to accomplish far more with far less. Why do we use physical activity in season and in the off season as a means to prepare our body, minds, and emotions for competition every day? We use physical activity in season to activate the body's timing, rhythmic, coordination, and balance systems needed in minimizing and preventing non-contact injuries, the accumulation of fatigue, pain, and wear and tear. We use the progression of physical activity as a way to improve consistency, efficiency, and repeatability in movement to activate the firing and communication of the entire body and its athletic skills. The body's instinctive and natural way of surviving is to constantly learn and build upon the experiences it forms, senses, and feels so that a better, more consistent, and efficient effort can be produced to meet the demands of the constantly changing, unpredictable, and unstable environment and situations faced in competition and in life. It's our nature to be competitively challenged by standing up to a more difficult task and finding a better, more successful way of doing things. The body thrives off environments that allow it to maximize learning. When we allow the body to work together as a whole, recovery time, learning, and skill and athleticism development go through the roof. We use batting practice, throw bullpens, perform side work, field ground balls, take infield practice, perform PFPs, work on fielding balls off the wall, hitting relay men, running routes to balls, and developing routines that prepare a pitcher to pitch every fifth day. We develop a program and plan that actively seeks to develop improvement within all of our skills while trying to defeat our opponent by outworking and out-hustling them. We need to engage in the exact same mindset when it comes to movement because fundamental skills are exactly what are used while playing baseball. In order to move better, we need to move. Today, the baseball player of any age and at any level is often told that during the season they should concentrate on maintaining their strength and function and really build and develop in the off-season. Because of fall leagues, winter ball, spring trainings, playing other sports, off-seasons are growing smaller and smaller by the year, often limiting players to a small time frame they can label as their off-season. The world and its people continue to evolve. We need movement to survive. Today's athletes are bigger and move faster, placing greater demands on balance, coordination, timing, and rhythm throughout the entire body. In a day and age where the status quo, mediocrity, and cookie-cutter type programs are so acceptable, being proactively creative with physical activity habits are needed more than ever to make the adjustments and changes needed in order to recover and remain injury-free. Time is an opportunity to get better. It doesn't matter when it is, off-season or in-season. We don't and will not accept not trying to maximize our genetic potential. We'll have no regrets with anything that we ever do.